Well, it's recording, so do you want to say something, Steve?
Yeah, let's find out if Red Stripe is still terrible. It's better than I remember, but it's also been in a fridge for 24 hours.
Yeah, and you don't know how long it's...
I assume it's in date if that's what you anyway.
Because it was it was acquired.
It was acquired
at the show.
Anyway, so it's been a hot minute because we have been busy boys. But we're still working it out. So we're like, I think we're like a week behind schedule.
Possibly, but we didn't actually tell it. We explicitly said that there was no schedule.
We like to have like a soft schedule, so it's like we kind of, because if we don't try and keep ourselves in check,
consistent content uploading, I think, is the aim there.
Yeah, and also I just know what we're like. If we don't go, we should try and do something every X amount of time.
We'll just forget it.
We'll just forget, and then you end up how the
we'll end up with season 2 of the podcast, which was 3 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Granted, part of that was
and a Christmas special.
Most of that was Boris Johnson's fault anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
so yeah. I would ask you how you've been, but I've seen you like far too much this week.
Well, for the podcast, busy.
And how have you been, Steve? Busy, bruv.
Yeah, busy.
Right. So, obviously, we've all been up to a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah.
Most importantly, the first bit of various shenanigans of catch-up is a couple of weeks ago, I went to go see Skindred in Birmingham.
Well, I was going to say, should we start with the important thing, which is the single?
Yeah, fuck it, start the single. So us at Wolves Don't Sleep, the band behind the podcast, behind the band, behind the podcast, we dropped a single
last week,
which was the 29th of March,
correct,
2024.
Also Good Friday, but none of us saw that coming.
None of us saw that coming because we just weren't aware of when Easter was because,
we're not aware of when school holidays are.
Oh, and also, did you know that the Easter holiday, the Easter bank holiday moves as well?
Yeah, no, it's for whatever reason, nobody can decide actually when Easter is. So sometimes it's in March. I think we had an early one this year, so it's in March.
We had an early
Sometimes it's like midway through April.
No, the reason why it moves is it's something to do with the church, and I think it has something to do with the sun, which doesn't sound very Christian-y.
Well, so the way I understand it is that the Easter weekend is meant to be the rise of Jesus, where they crucified him on a cross.
Yeah, but why would that move?
I don't know, and that's my point.
And also, the calendar system they were using when Jesus was allegedly alive is completely different to the calendar system we have now because 2 more months got added. I don't know what time that happened, but also it got changed a lot because human history is completely fickle.
Anyway,
back to the serious portion of the podcast. Thank you for tuning into the History Channel.
Yeah, I'm not going to weigh in on the religion side of things because I don't really follow it myself. But
and everything I know is from watching Ancient Aliens, so I'm obviously a fountain of knowledge.
We released a single last week.
A single. All you had to say was just, it was on Easter. We didn't know when Easter was, and we could have rolled on, but no, we're idiots.
This is why we do a podcast, Steve, because we can just go.
We dropped a single. It's called House of Glass. It is the first single of our upcoming EP, which is titled Fears and Fractures.
Yep.
It's also the first track on the EP, and that's not kind of like a way to be like, yes, the rest of the EP is going to sound like this. It's not.
No, it's not.
We picked that song because it was the most entry-level metalcore song on the EP.
What?
That's the best way to describe it. It's the most...
I'd call it tangible metalcore.
It's you go onto
the
the
word?
internet. It's kind of so you've got your metalcore where you've got Kublai Khan and
and
you've got all our gods level architects.
Yeah.
And then on the other end you've got bands I can't even think of any really soft ones that I don't listen to.
Bad Omens.
Yeah, Bad Omens, your proper baddie core pop stuff. So you've got your stuff that's like bang in the middle, Amity Affliction gets played on the metal radio stations in the States and stuff like that. That is essentially what House of Glass is. And we will be doing further content, maybe some special podcast episodes talking about the meanings behind the songs, the recording process, etc., etc.
I think we might do that when the EP comes out. Try and get a couple more of the boys on it as well.
Yeah. And we'll go over all that fun stuff. But anyway, if you have the ability to use streaming services, please go check it out because that mean the world to us.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all the rest.
Tidal.
Tidal, yeah.
Various streaming services based in every single country and continent that I can't even begin to think of the names.
Just wherever you listen to your music / watch the video on YouTube.
Yeah, just Google Wolves Don't Sleep, and funny enough, most of the time we are one of the first searches.
Yeah, because it's a unique name.
Yeah, it's also a slogan, but fucking
anyway.
Whatever.
Well, it's about a third of a slogan.
Wee. But yeah, so the video's sick, and the single's sick, and you should go listen to it. Anyway, back to the podcast.
Oh yeah. So you went to Birmingham.
I went to Birmingham to go see Skindred with Connor and two of our mates who we went to school with, Jamie and Seb. You have met Jamie before, I think, and you may have met Seb.
Possibly.
So because I'm the master of, we decided because it was a Saturday, we'd stay over for the weekend, hang out, general shenanigans as you do. Because I'm the master of hotels, I was tasked with booking the hotels.
Good.
This is the first time I will actively admit that I fucked it.
Oh, yeah.
100% fucked it. When I came back and I went, this weekend has been something, but I'm saving it for the podcast. Because of how fucked it was. So I looked at the name brand hotels and stuff.
Yeah.
And for between four of us, they wanted $400 or $500 for a night. That's rough. That's rough. Even in Birmingham city centre. Birmingham's not exactly up there in the heights of fancy cities or anything. So I think how hotel cost prices recently are just outrageous.
Yeah.
So I looked up to get a couple of apartments which are more within the budget,
Yep.
And so I kind of looked at one and it was near the location of where we'd stayed previously when we saw Parkway Drive years ago. So I thought it was the same place because I never remembered the name of the place. I just knew, looked and I went, it's roughly there. It said it's got free parking. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
I didn't check any of the ratings or the reviews because I normally just don't do these things. I look at it and go, that looks all right. It says it sleeps 4 people. It's a little apartment in the centre of Birmingham. We're literally going to go in, have some bevies, go to Skindred, have some bevies, sleep.
Okay.
So theoretically, as long as the damn thing's got beds and maybe a radiator and a plug.
Yep.
And maybe a TV or something, how much do we realistically need?
If you're there for a night for a gig, just somewhere to charge your phone and a bed.
Yeah, when we went to Glasgow and we stayed in that
somewhere
Ibis budget.
Somewhere to go toilet as well. And potentially a shower that may or may not be hot or cold.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
So, we get into Birmingham. All is well.
Yep.
We go to this really sick ramen place. All is well.
Yep.
And then it's all right, we should probably go check in soon. I then go to whip up all the stuff, and they were supposed to send me details of how to get into the building because some of these apartments exist in self-service.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing.
And
we're okay, maybe it's one of those where it has a reception lobby or something. Let's go to the address on Google Maps through the booking.com app. We got into the square outside the theatre, just in the middle of Birmingham.
Okay.
There was nothing. So we were fucking hell. But it was really close to the building where we stayed before.
Yep.
So we went, let's just go check that out on the absolute off chance
that it is the same place.
Yeah. So we walk in and we buzz on the thing and security let us in and they were just what do you want? I was we have a booking for some place somewhere near here, but we can't find the address. And I went, this is the address that we got.
Yeah.
And the guy was oh, I know that is. I'll walk you over. He walks us over to where we were, points at this really grotty looking
oh man,
and goes, it should be in there because people do rent apartments then sometimes get lost and end up with us. I'm
yep,
cool, thank you mate, no worries. But then we're we still can't get in, and we're what the fuck do we do? So we go to the Spoons down the road. I'm on the phone to booking.com and they're oh, so you can't find the place. And I was just no. The place I'm not sure exists.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, leave it with me. Bear in mind, I tried to call this place like fucking 7 times. I was like, where the fuck are you? You've taken money for a fucking stay, right?
Yep.
And so then he gives me a bell back after a couple of minutes. He's just like, they'll be in touch. It turns out that the address is wrong on the website. We're not sure why, but we're going to investigate it because obviously, and he's like, don't worry, if anything goes wrong, you will get your money back.
Right.
Et cetera, et
Yeah,
cetera,
yeah,
et cetera.
yeah.
So I was like, that's fine. That's kind of the positive of using like third-party websites like that because it's like if anything does go wrong, like it's technically they don't release the money until like everything's finished.
Absolutely.
So then I was just like, well, this is shit, innit? And then we still heard nothing for like another 10, 15 minutes. And I was just like, I tried calling again, nothing. And I went, you know what, boys? Let's go for plan B. We'll just walk back to my car. We'll put everything back in the car. And we'll just head towards the OT. We'll just see Skindred. And we'll just drive back to Nottingham.
Right, okay.
Because I was like, look, the worst case is, like, trying to find another hotel, like, last minute would have just been...
Oh, yeah, that would have been hell. And it would have cost you 4 times as much.
Yeah, and also, like, Booking.com were like, if you have to reschedule, we'll only cover, like, X amount, like, not the full thing. So it's like, that ain't fucking worth it. And then as we get and sit in my car, Jamie needs to charge his phone because it's going to die and he's got all the tickets. I then get a ping on Booking.com because most apps are just really wank on my phone for some reason and don't give me notifications straight away. So I miss stuff sometimes. God knows why. I always get it when we're talking shit in the group chat. But I don't get anything useful, apparently, like an email. But yeah, so then they go, oh yeah, so what you need to do is you need to go to this petrol station around the corner from the O2 to pick up the keys.
What the fuck?
Because it turns out there's a service where Airbnb places and other like can like just leave keys in a lockbox. You give them a code, they scan it and just give you the key.
Right,
okay. And then you have to go back to roughly where we were, not quite, but round the corner. We walked past the fucking place to park the car on the way back to my car, and we're not done yet.
Right.
So we do that. We're like, fuck it, all right, fuck it, let's go. Like we've got everything now. Let's just go sink as many beers as we can and just go see Skindred.
Yeah.
Okay, so we roll into this place. It's just in like a regular apartment block.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's illegal on most tenancy agreements. Like,
it depends.
Not my problem. Okay, so we get there and everything's just kind of like there's nothing like out of the ordinary. But then we open the door into the flat and it looks just like a regular flat. All right, cool, whatever. Sweet. But because everything's just been so catastrophic, I didn't do my usual hotel tour video. I just did a video of me basically being angry at God.
I know. I did see that one.
Yeah. So as that was happening, cupboard door fell off.
Cupboard door fell off. Right, that's a good start.
There was no curtains in the living room, so I used living room very loosely. So theoretically, whatever was outside was in.
Was it a ground floor or is it
like fifth floor?
Fifth floor, right?
Yeah,
okay,
so
there
was like some fucking wild ass fucking circus going on the
right. Okay,
which you could see. It was really weird. So then we're just like, all right, cool, fuck it. Let's just fucking sing some tinnies. We'll whack on the TV, and then we'll charge our phones and we'll go to Skindred.
Yeah, sad.
We tried to turn on the TV. The TV's not plugged into anything.
Yeah, good.
And it was like, oh, it's a smart TV. We'll connect it to the Wi-Fi. Well, there's a Wi-Fi box there. The Wi-Fi wasn't plugged into anything.
Okay.
So the Ethernet, like the phone line cable went into the wall.
Yeah.
So I went, maybe it's just come loose.
Yeah.
Give it a little jiggle. Open up a little thing. There was just a hole in the wall.
There's nothing behind it.
There was no connectors.
What the fuck? So they're trying to basically say, oh, it's got Wi-Fi, but then you turn up and there's nothing.
We assessed because of the fact that on the wall above the TV was the name of the company that owned the flat. I think it was called like Zoom Properties.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
We figured that we think that was just a show flat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're renting out on
the show
Booking.com or whatever.
It was clapped.
Fucking hell.
Also, there was like literally no shower. There was just like nothing in this place. There was like one towel. But yeah, so after all that, it turns out that they cancelled the booking and refunded me straight away, but then sent me the other information on how to get in.
Okay.
So I then got an email from Booking.com because I had a missed call off them, and I was like, "Yo, you tried to contact me yesterday. Like, what's the deal?"
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, so it turns out that the property told us that they did honour your booking. So could you get in touch with them to pay them?
What?
I just deleted that email. Because I have considered like replying back to booking.com with pictures of stuff that I found of how fucked this place was. To be like,
Yeah.
you need to delist it. But also I don't want to get forced to pay like this 200 odd quid.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's one of those. But the lesson learned is just fucking pay attention to when you fucking booking shit. I actually went back and found it and looked at reviews. Like, there's a few reviews and they were just fucking bad. And I was like, if I just scrolled down the page a bit more,
Yeah.
I could have saved us all a shit ton of hurt and paid like 20 quid more for like one that's from the apart hotel brand around the corner. I was like, I felt like such a fucking idiot.
So, moral of the story, kids. Read some reviews.
Read some reviews and just pay a bit more fucking attention to what you're doing. To be fair, that's like my first hotel L.
Yeah.
Ever.
On the other side of things, though, how was Skindred?
Skindred were good, man. I'm gonna get put on blast for this, but like I thought the whole set was a bit mid. Like I don't
Was
know.
it? Are we talking? Are they playing new stuff or are they? Or are
Most
we
of it's
talking-
new stuff.
Right.
They did open with Rat Race though. which
Okay,
was,
that's
like,
good.
it
That's
was
good. That's a good one.
hard. But I think it's just more like I think it's a combination of I've gone off Skindred,
Yep.
and also the way that Skindred are live now, because the way that Benji does a lot of stuff, like they don't play as many songs as they could for the set time,
Right.
because they do a lot of like crowd interaction and banter
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. And I just realized that I just was not vibing it.
Mm.
Like I don't know if it's partly because of just how fucking stressful that day was for me as well.
Maybe, yeah.
So maybe it was. But
Could have
like,
been a combination.
like, don't get me wrong, I had an all right time. We then went to the Devil's Dog in Digbeth,
Yeah.
which is where we are playing next week, which will probably be when
Shout
this podcast
out,
comes out.
So we may have already played the Devil's.
We
It
may
was,
have already
it was
played.
really good, wasn't it,
It
Steve?
was sick.
Yeah.
bruv.
Or we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So we were like, shall we go back to Subsize or shall we go check out this Devil's Dog place because we are playing it soon?
Yep.
And then I went on their Facebook page and they were like, yo, if you've got a Skindred ticket, you can get him for free. And Benji Webb's DJing.
Oh, nice.
So we were like,
well, yeah, we're going.
yeah,
Yeah.
all right then. And I actually had more fun during Benji's DJ set.
He does play. I've seen it. I'm pretty sure I've seen him DJ once before. It was either Rock City or Rock City Basement.
It would have been.
It would have been Basement.
He has done Basement, and I'm not sure if you were there when he did Jump Ship that time.
No, I wasn't there when he did Jump Ship,
Ah, fair,
which
fair.
was, for anyone that doesn't know, Nottingham is in a tiny bar underground.
That was sick though.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, no, he plays, he just has fun with it and he plays some fun tunes.
Yeah, he did like a ragga cover of Bohemian Rhapsody,
That's cool.
which was just insane, and just the random shit that he drops. It was really good.
Yeah.
So overall, that was pretty good. I can't complain. I had a nice time with my friends, and we went to the Sea Life Centre the next day.
Sick.
So that was pretty sick. So yeah, I
Kind of got to see some sharks.
kind of got to see some fucking sharks. And also, speaking of gigs, last week we played Oldham, which is in Greater
did.
Manchester.
We did, yeah.
With our boys in 7th Sea and a band called Groblin and the Destroyers.
Yeah. Regardless of the name, I'm not sure how they came up with that name or.
We should have asked them, but I feel
Should
like
have
it's
asked them.
kind of rude to ask.
They were actually really good.
Yeah, like they sound like this isn't like a dig or anything, but they literally reminded me of Imure.
Yeah, they seem. I could be wrong, but they seem pretty new to the game.
Yeah,
Like they, not to say that they weren't good or anything like that. They definitely knew what they were doing, but they seemed a bit newer to the game than the rest of us.
I mean, maybe I mean, to be fair, we're just dead behind the eyes at this point.
They could have been here longer than us, but they definitely seem fresher to the game,
Yeah,
and it was really nice. It was really cool to see, actually.
They were really cool dudes as well.
Yeah, they were sound.
And once again, shout out. It was at the Bank Top Tavern in Oldham.
Yeah,
Really cool rock pub.
and
Genuinely.
shout out to 0161.
As per usual. And also, like, it was like when I kind of clicked, it was like, excuse me, fucking hell. I kind of clicked. It was just like, so I thought Groblin and the Ballistics were going to be from the local area.
Yeah,
7th Sea, those boys can headline because they're good. and us being in the middle, I was like, all right, we're cool now.
Yeah, we were on main support, which was we were cool.
Yeah. But it was more the fact I just went, oh, where are you guys from? And they were like, oh, we're from like Newcastle. So we're like, and like the 7th Sea boys have to go to Notts and Southampton, and then there's us from Notts, and we're like, so not a single band.
No band are on
and like
from local.
Yeah, and a decent amount of people rock up, and that's also really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to the 0161 as per fucking usual. Love those guys so much. So yeah, that is essentially everything. No, it isn't. We played a gig last night. I'm so tired. Last night
like we said, we have been busy.
We have been busy. Last night we hit up Derby with a tech death metal band. Yeah, I know. I don't know why this keeps happening. Band called Charybdis. A band we played with a few times called Acadian, who I really enjoyed the riffs those guys.
Yeah, no, these guys have really good.
And we played
stuff.
with them a few times, and they're really solid dudes. And Derby lot, techie blasty boys, orbital alignment.
Yeah. Nice. Somehow we were the least technical band there by a fair long shot.
But
because we just play 0s, 3s, and 5s.
It is kind of weird. I was talking to the vocalist of Charybdis, and we were just chatting. I was just like, I don't know how this happens. How we ended up playing with tech death bands and stuff, because you guys are really you guys are quite heavy. We played with Ingested,
yeah,
and we played with Mark Defiled,
and Within Destruction,
And I'm not entirely quite sure how this keeps happening. Like, I'm not mad about it.
No. I really like all of these bands.
Yeah, but if you're gonna put lineups together, it's like you wouldn't put Architects and Lorna Shore on the same bill, because you would, because it's already happened, doesn't it? No, they play with Parkway. Oh my god, I'm tired.
They play with Parkway Drive. Yes,
they play with Parkway. But it's kind of like that. But it makes sense because they're all massive bands.
Yeah,
maybe
true.
it does just make sense.
It does make sense because the previous time we saw Parkway Drive, we saw Thy Art as Murder.
Yeah, maybe it's just me overthinking it, because I feel like smaller gigs need to have like.
Really but usually you do see it that other way around. The two gigs that we've talked about, Parkway Drive have been the headliner, and they're the more generic, in the inverted commas, metalcore band with either Lorna Shore or Thy Art as Murder on as openers.
I mean, it's all goddamn metal. Just grow up.
Yeah.
As previously stated.
But it does work because so having the diverse, I dare say we managed to bring in like 1 or 2 people there to see us.
We brought in
over some of these techie guys
on a Thursday night, which is
because
cool.
like we're kind of the local, we were kind of like the local openers, but
local-ish openers,
who
are local, and then 2 out of town ones. So. But all in all, it was really.
It was a good gig.
It was a good gig, and it was the first time we played House of Glass live, which was
And according to our manager who saw it, was really big.
It was it was good. And
we wrote a good song.
We can apparently write good music now.
Yep. Thanks, James.
James.
Hi, James.
Right. Okay. Let's move on to the news.
So I've got a little bit to start off with,
Yeah,
just a tiny little bit, and it is really short. So I'll just get this out of the way.
I'm going to delete all the stuff that I've already spoken about. So
it's more, and this is how short it is. More Jordan Fish news.
I've got that at the bottom because I saw that earlier. I got it just in case you missed it because you were like busy sorting the wreck out. So
no, well, it's just because I've seen it pop up on his Instagram. He's been working with Architects.
Allegedly,
it looks like.
Allegedly.
Well, he's posted then. So Architect posted their new artwork for either a single or an album.
Yeah.
Called Curse. And Jordan Fish also posted it as well, and posted himself with a picture taken by Sam Carter in the studio.
Yep, that's it. Jordan Fish has joined Architects.
That's
it. It's over,
it's
boys.
More and more. So I've seen him working with Spirit Box and Architects now, and more I'm like, did Bring Me make a mistake getting rid of Jordan Fish?
I think in terms of Bring Me the Horizon,
or in our opinion, did Bring Me the Horizon
accidentally unleash some of the greatest metalcore bangers to ever happen coming up?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, because now Jordan Fish has more free time.
Yep.
And to be fair, the last Bring Me album was good without the Jordan Fish stuff. So I don't think Jordan Fish solely just makes Bring Me anymore.
No.
I think it's like he was the push in the direction.
He was a push in a very good direction.
And now
for Bring Me.
they go, oh, we can do it. That's fine, whatever. But now the fact that Jordan Fish is no longer touring full time with Bring Me, he now has the time and the power to work with Spirit Box, Architects, and anybody else.
I'm pretty sure he resides in LA at the minute as well.
Probably.
Which is why Spirit Box he's been hanging out with Spirit Box and been hanging out.
Those guys are based there.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be really good for music. I wouldn't call it a mistake because hypothetically Bring Me can't get any bigger.
No, it is true,
and unless they do something horrendously stupid, which I can't see.
They can't get, and they've brought on the guy from...
the last album had the guy from Pale Dusk.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means that if they're now in the position where because Bring Me can just do whatever they want, and it's fine, they will continue to sell out arenas. But
and realistically, Bring Me the Horizon is basically whoever Ollie Sykes chooses to be in his band.
I mean, that's pretty persuading accusation because I'm pretty sure the guitarist and the drummer have been in the band since the get-go. So.
Yeah, but
yeah, no,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. But Bring Me will just do whatever they want, as they've established with all those weird EPs they put out before this album, and it's fine.
Yeah,
because it's fine. And Jordan Fish will go on to produce some pretty fucking good bangers.
So yeah, if Jordan Fish has been working with Architects, he may have worked with them before, like behind the scenes. But if it's like an actual collaboration.
Do you want to start like drafting like what the YouTube comments are going to be as soon as this drops? Because if it's like Jordan Fish influence.
Oh, Architects are not heavy anymore.
Architects are wank.
Yeah.
But they've been wank for years, obviously.
They've sold out.
Oh, I'm sure Sam Cotter cries himself to sleep every night thinking about your comments.
That's literally why he wrote that song.
But Architects are good now. Oh, people need to get a grip. Honestly.
Well, I'm pretty sure we talked about it before.
We did, so let's just fucking move on.
It was a very good song.
Yeah, it banged. Whatever. Architects are sick. Shut up. Right. I have like so many fucking things. Some of it I'm just gonna gloss over because I don't have any frame of reference to give you.
Right.
So like the first one was Rammstein have been accused of plagiarism.
Okay.
I can't show you anything. But I listened.
Just a headline that we need to know about.
Rammstein have been accused of plagiarism.
By who?
Some bloke.
Okay.
But it is like pretty bang on. Like it's like a dance artist, and it's like one of the synth lines.
Right. Okay.
Deutschland. You know, like
okay. Yeah. Okay. So it is a newer-ish Rammstein song as well.
And so the guy dropped his song a couple of years or so before, and then Deutschland came out, and then all of a sudden there's like the case has been brought forward to like the actual like German courts and stuff.
Right, got you. Is it a German dance producer as well by any chance?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think he was German anyway. I A-B'd it and I went, oh, that's a bit bad.
There's a few songs that you could do that with though that you probably just put.
Also, it is an arpeggiato synth line.
Yeah,
it's literally just find a nice synth sound, hold down a button. It's an arpeggiated step.
Yeah,
it's not really.
This, without knowing anything, because we don't know anything, knowing what we know now, it sounds like possibly like just like a little bit of a cash grab. They go, oh, one of these Rammstein songs, and bear in mind, Deutschland is newer, but it's been out a while now.
Well, after the podcast, I'll show you it.
Right,
I'll bring up the article and I'll show you because like it is pretty similar, but I'm erring on the side of because it's an arpeggiated synthesizer. You just hit the right key and then it will keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
there are some other similarities with like bass wells and stuff, but in terms of like the way that most people write songs anyway, like you and me did, we had right synth line, then a bit underneath it's a bit
it's really so stuff like that is really hard to argue as well because you can like having wrote music for a long time, you can accidentally come up with other artist ideas all the time without even realizing it.
Yeah, because Dan brought a song to practice once. This was goddamn years ago.
Yeah,
and I went, "This is." He sent me like the Guitar Pro and stuff, and I was like, "This is fucking sick, man." Yeah. And then one of the guys went, "I'm pretty sure that's a Word Alive song."
Yeah,
I pulled it up and I went, "Oh,
yeah." Like, in previous bands, we've been accused of ripping off Killswitch Engage, and
who hasn't?
exactly. Like we wrote a song that basically sounded like the exact intro of My Curse. And
clean guitar line.
Yeah, but it was the same. But it was the same chord, and it was a clean guitar line, and it went into chugging of the same thing.
Metalcore.
And another band, a guitarist brought in a new song when he went, I've wrote a pretty cool new song. We sound like sick, and that sounds pretty sick. And then someone goes, wait, isn't that just It Never Ends by Bring Me the Horizon? And he went, oh yeah. So it happens all the time.
And also, like, subconsciously, you could be like, oh, that sounds dead good. Yeah, because you've already heard it.
Yeah.
You go, yeah, I'm onto a banger. It's like, yeah, you are onto a banger.
But it's someone else's banger.
It's one of those. It's always funny, but like, it is interesting when these cases come out and you kind of go, all right, I'm interested to see how it progresses. Just to be like,
maybe we should have a follow up. Just follow it on the download. Just see what comes of this case. Nothing may come of it.
Yeah, I mean, Rammstein got more money than God at this point.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not going to go into my rant about Spotify being clapped because
let's just not do that.
You know how we spoke the other day about those Amazon shops?
Oh yeah, like the physical grocery store,
the one that we saw in London. The ones where you allegedly go in. And
you sign in with your Amazon account, and it just tracks what's been taken off the shelves.
And you know how we were like, yeah, right, fair enough. Seems a bit gimmicky, but we never get it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it came up in conversation, but it did. And so basically, it was argued that the way that you'd go into a shop, and then the computers on the cameras would watch everything.
Yep.
And then know what to charge you.
Yeah.
It wasn't computers.
Oh.
It was like 1,000 people.
Really?
It was like a group. It was 1,000 dudes on low wages in like India.
Shit! I didn't even realize it. Oh, so everyone. So it's done like real time. You just sat there watching a CCTV camera and topped up someone's totals.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So it wasn't computer controlled at all.
I guess it's got a cross reference against something, right? So
no, they just literally just have like the prices of all the items, and they'll just go and see what you pick up and just press a button and be like, boop.
Okay. Amazon.
Amazon. We could design a computer so we don't have to do it, so we don't have to do things and automate stuff to make people's lives easier. No, we'd rather just pay a bunch of people.
I mean, what's wrong with self-service checkout? Like, realistically, what's wrong? Like, you go into like a store in the UK and you go to the self-service checkout, scan all your items, it puts them on a scale, it weighs them and says, yep, that's the right amount of items, and then you hit pay. Like, how is that?
I mean, counterpoint, I think food prices should be cheaper if there's self-service checkouts, because you're technically paying me to do your staff's job, but you're cutting staff because you don't have to pay them because it's self-service.
Yeah, but if Connor was here, he would love this conversation. because he would slam his fist on the table and go, capitalism.
I don't know why I'm in such a fighty mood today.
Anyway.
Steal from your local No. To be fair, I have accidentally. I started using the scanners you go.
Yeah.
I've accidentally shoplifted like twice now.
Really?
Like, because I kind of like throw everything in my basket and then scan it a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so if I like double back and pick up something else that I didn't think about and go, oh yeah, and just haphazardly throw it in the basket and don't scan it, and no one checks. Yeah. I've just accidentally.
I'm sure I've done that like once, and it's actually more stressful than it's worth, because you're like, have I scanned all of these things? But anyway.
But yeah, so I have never committed a crime. This is not legally binding. Everything said in this podcast is a joke.
Yep.
So, big news.
Yeah.
You know how we spoke a couple of episodes ago how Kiss are avatars now?
Yeah, okay.
Kiss, the band, the members of Kiss, i.e. Gene Simmons, they have sold the brand and their entire song catalogue for $300 million.
Jesus.
Kiss are no...
To who?
I didn't look that far. I just saw it and went, oh, Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's probably like one of the big conglomerates or something. But now, Kiss are now no longer helmed by a greedy, esoteric bassist. They are now going to be helmed by a soulless corporation.
They're just an entity now.
Kiss are now no longer like a band.
So that, to be fair, That's a pretty good pension. Not gonna lie, man. They finally retired, and then they've just gone. We're not gonna do anything anymore. Like,
I mean, now they can't.
I mean, Gene Simmons is still like 75.
Yeah, but now Kiss can't reform because Kiss, the people, no longer are allowed to be Kiss.
That's probably the best deal that they could make.
It's better than Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Like, at least with Kiss going, right, we're just selling everything off.
Yep.
Even though it's now going to get weird. We're going to end up with like a lot of weird Kiss things happening now.
Yeah, but for them, it's probably a really good deal. 300 million.
Yeah,
right?
300 mil.
Between the band and like their crew and them, like, and any other collaborators.
It'll literally just be... I'm not entirely sure how the sale goes because obviously, like Ace, the original guitarist, I hope he gets a chunk of that.
It's probably split between a varying amount of like royalties or whatever.
And also, if you think about how much money those guys are definitely still getting like royalty checks. They just don't own the music anymore.
Yeah, they're going. They basic with the amount of with how old they are. It is inevitable that they're not probably going to run out of money before they kick it.
Mate, like, the amount of money that Kiss has got, they are not running out of money.
They're just going to be like, essentially, they're just on unlimited money now for the rest of their life.
Yeah, it's basically they've sold Kiss off, so now they will never get bothered about Kiss again.
Exactly.
It also means that anything that happens with the brand is not their fault.
Yeah, so they have made money on anything that any material that they've produced up until now, on any like live show or branding on T-shirt, or anything. They've just sold it all off.
Yeah,
so they won't make any more money from Kiss, but 300 million is enough to just sit out the rest of their lives undisturbed, essentially.
Completely insane. Like I've pulled it up so I can try and see who they've sold it to. They've sold it to a Swedish company called Pop House Entertainment Group.
Pop House Entertainment Group. Are these the same ones that are doing ABBA by any chance?
It was co-founded by ABBA's Bjorn Ulvaeus. ABBA owns Kiss now.
What a shocker.
The ultimate collaboration you never know ABBA. You wanted.
Yeah, but it'll be used by the same company that's doing like the hologram ABBA.
Yeah, it is. It is literally the same thing. It'll be the same thing. Oh my god. I'm literally like skimming it now. So the digitized avatars were made. I was made by George Lucas's special effect company. So now George Lucas is involved. This is insane. But yeah, so now the company that owns ABBA, which does all the ABBA Voyage stuff, now also owns Kiss, which means we're going to end up with like the Kiss CGI tour.
Yeah,
which is just completely ridiculous.
But business-wise, you've got to think someone's gone. I can make a profit out of buying something for $300 million.
Oh yeah, no, like it's Kiss is eternal. Those shows will sell.
Yeah.
To be fair, probably better than seeing Kiss live because
again, as stated, they are old.
They are old as fuck. I don't think it'll ever be like the same as seeing Kiss though, but
I think that time's passed now anyway.
Yeah, but I like being wine drunk in a field watching Kiss. It's just a vibe.
It was the same with Guns N' Roses though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
we got the best out of seeing Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, it's like, the same as when I saw Sabbath. It's like I saw Sabbath.
Yeah,
and then that's it. Like I wouldn't go back because it's like it would just only get worse.
We saw the closest to what you and I would consider like any of these bands. Like Guns N' Roses is obviously a big one because they split up way before we ever got a chance to see them.
Yeah, they did.
For the first time.
To be fair, like the first album is like way older than us anyway.
It's like 87 or like something like that. It's before, way before our time.
I only really got into Guns N' Roses because of You Could Be Mine being on the Terminator 2 soundtrack.
That was,
and even Terminator 2's older than me. So,
and then Guns N' Roses became Axl and whoever was in his band. And then slowly but surely, other members started rejoining.
It just rejoins, then they go make more money. It's just the persistence.
So we got 3 out of 5 of the original Guns N' Roses members,
and no one remembers the rest of them anyway. So it's fine. I mean, that sounds really harsh, but that's just how it is. Name a bassist in a band you listen to. Go. You can't. All right, cool. Thank you for joining in that interactive activity. I only have like one more thing, and it's just another one of those I notice things when I'm just on like my YouTube rabbit hole. So Roadrunner Records.
Yep.
The record label that still makes money because Slipknot exists.
Yep.
Because they don't really have any of the bands on the label because everybody else.
Yeah, we looked this up once, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Last year, because it was the anniversary, they re-uploaded all of the footage from Roadrunner United.
Okay.
You know, that really cool concert they did where they just went every band in the metal scene who at that time was on Roadrunner, including other members of other massive bands. They were just like, yo, do you want to come to a gig and there's a free bar?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We're just going to see you. And there's like, obviously they had like the songs from the United album, which is still one of the best album ideas ever. Like, Sharp Tone should do it. Sharp Tone should do a version of it.
Sharp Tone or Unified.
Both of them together. Just get both of the bands on that label together and just let them cook. Because I'm sure we'll have some absolute nonsense. But yeah, so I just thought it was dead funny. To be fair, I was watching all the footage again from this live concert going, God damn, that was sick. When you've got like everyone doing Roots Bloody Roots.
Yep.
And Villy Velo doing Typo Negative. Yep. It's just like, this is a vibe. But I just think it's dead funny the fact that Roadrunner are just like, remember that really good thing we did like years ago? And it's not like
seems to be a common theme.
It really is, isn't it? Like, it's not as if like they don't have the power to do it again. Like, or someone else could do it. Or Roadrunner could just maybe sign some new bands. Though.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, that's a mental idea.
Well, as you've stated, they are still living off of Slipknot.
Yeah, because Slipknot make so much money. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've only got to pay like 2 members, so I don't blame it. Like, I'm not surprised.
The Corey and Clown Show once again.
Have they actually announced Eloy Casagrande's in Slipknot yet?
No, but it's pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious
by now. If you've not been on the internet, well done, Eloy. You've joined Slipknot. That's all I'll say.
I mean,
I did see one thing on April Fool's Day.
Oh my God! Please.
There was one meme from somewhere, and it was basically like, "Oh, you guys thought that Eloy Casagrande was definitely the new drummer." In a surprise twist, it's Mike Mangini.
Could you imagine? The only stuff I've seen about Slipknot recently in the IT crowd meme page, there was lots of Slipknot.
In the
memes.
IT crowd meme.
Did I not show you any of
No.
them? Mate,
Maybe. No, you might have done.
They were wild. It was a really weird time. It was a very, very strange time.
That's fine.
But yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Have we got any like random topics that we want to kind of discuss?
Can't think of.
Like, I'm trying to think of anything interesting that's coming up. I mean, the EP's out on May the 3rd.
Yep, we can announce that word. If we haven't announced it before, announcement time.
I don't think we've officially announced it on social.
But we have, like, internally we have a release date, so we might as well fucking say so.
I mean, if you read any of the 2 online articles that have been written about us, it's in there.
Okay.
There it is. That's a Slipknot meme, but it's also a Sleep Token meme.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. Yeah, we've got a new EP coming out, and
we've announced the name of it by now.
It's got.
Well, you said that before.
Yeah.
So
it's got a power ballad.
Fears and Fractures. The title track, Fears and Fractures,
is a power ballad.
Is the power ballad.
I'm just going to leave that concept with you. I'm not going to give you any more information. Right, I've just remembered something that was on the news the other day. Like, not like metal news, like actual real people.
Oh yeah, go
on. You know the rapper Diddy?
Yep.
Have you heard anything about the stuff that's happened to him recently?
No.
How? Okay. So Diddy is massive, obviously.
Yep.
He got no-knocked by the FBI.
Oh.
Like,
oh dear.
But not just like no-knocked at his mansion, because obviously the guy's like fucking minted. He has like 2 mansions in different parts of America. Both of them got 5 a.m. no-knocked by the FBI.
Oh shit.
Which is just in itself absolutely insane.
What the fuck?
So this has been like blowing up all over social media, like just all over the internet as well.
Yeah.
So essentially, he's just been like multiple like sexual assault allegations.
Oh shit.
Loads of stuff to do with like even like one of his old producers has like accused him and stuff, which is like insane.
Oh shit.
And obviously there's like the whole conspiracy around the fact that he allegedly killed fucking Biggie.
Oh, what?
Biggie killed or something. This is all alleged.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Apparently he got a bomb planted in some other guy's car. It's like all this stuff is like going around and stuff, and it's completely blown everything wide open, and like multiple shootings have been alleged to be doing with him, like during the whole East Coast West Coast shit. Like it's all been like conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
but
if the FBI's gone, hey yo,
I don't think the FBI have gone after him due to the sexual allegation stuff, because that doesn't feel like an FBI thing. But if you think of like all the stuff to do with like a lot of his like companies, like he's got like a vodka brand and like the music stuff, and obviously alleged to like killings, murderers, and all that other like absolutely mental stuff. So I was just reading it all, and I was just like, I mean, I don't really know much about Diddy. I might have heard one of his songs. I don't know. I'm one of those guys. It was like a conversation I had with one of the girls I work with earlier.
Yeah.
And who did she mention? She mentioned Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
And I just went, I'm aware of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm aware that is an artist that exists, but somehow it's just like, I'm not like one of those guys who just like, oh, I only listen to metal. I mean, admittedly, I do.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I just don't really listen to stuff outside the scope. Like, I just don't really vibe with pop music a good chunk of the time.
No, me neither.
So
a good 70% of the music I listen to is probably metal.
Yeah.
And that other 30% is probably dance music in some shape or form.
Yeah, like when I jump into like country and hard bass, like you know how it is.
Yeah.
You find what you like and stuff. But yeah, so there's been like absolutely like metric tons of accusations, and some stuff I'm not going to say because it's like the sexual allegation stuff is bad enough. It gets worse.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've just found it on this article about the FBI. So basically, they went into his properties and just took all of his fucking computers and shit.
Oh man.
So that raises a lot of questions. And he was also stopped in the airport as he was trying to board his jet to bounce out the country.
Oh shit!
So that man got
caught fleeing.
Yeah, like he got caught fleeing, even though he claims he hasn't done anything and it's all bad. But on the absolute like flip side of this is the reaction to like other famous people's reactions to it.
Okay.
And the biggest one has been 50 Cent.
Oh, 50 he's Cent, a big name.
50 Cent has been having a field day.
Okay.
There's a few things that come up on like reels and stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
I get a lot of ones about like hip hop and rappers and stuff, and I do watch the odd one or two because it's interesting to get like different perspectives, like random stories of that kind of stuff. 50 Cent's entire Instagram feed, and for the people who don't watch the video of the podcast, I'm just showing Alex my phone of 50 Cent's Instagram feed. You can follow along at home. As soon as it started, about here.
Oh, there are so many memes.
50 Cent has just been memeing on it. Like his entire thing has just been like, I fucking told you so. I knew that guy was shit.
Really?
I knew he was a terrible person, but none of you believe me. And he's like, I've been over here doing my thing and telling you Diddy was shit.
Yeah.
Now look what happens. I'm not getting arrested by the FBI, but this guy is. Like, and his entire thing is memeing on it and then just tagging his clothing brand, which is like G-Unit brand. It's so goddamn wild.
That's mad.
Like, I love it. Like, as I say, I love it. I love it is not the way to do it. But it's like when something this explosive happens, it's just really mental to see. Like,
yeah, absolutely,
the overall thing. But yeah.
More music industry stuff.
Yeah, it's like music industry stuff, or just like massive artists who have like when there's like big fucking bust ups, like it's like everything ends up on your feed when it's stuff that you've got nothing to do with. It's like, I'm aware that apparently that Drake is beefing with people. You can tell I'm tired fucking out. Apparently a bunch of rappers are beefing with each other and Drake's one of them. Although
fair enough.
I don't think Drake could beef his way out of a fucking paper bag, but
whatever, man.
But it's just dead funny. It's just like, have you seen this man's beefing with this other man?
Cool, yeah.
I mean, it does generate views though.
It does, yeah.
Why can't metal bands stop beefing with each other again? That was funny.
Who knows? We'll see what Amir comes out with on their next record.
Nah, Frankie's taking it easy now. You know what? Well, the problem is with Ronnie deactivating all of his fucking shit.
Yeah,
we're not having metal beef anymore.
No, we're not.
Someone's got to step up and start beefing with everyone.
We'll wait to find out who that is. Anyway,
and I'm not gonna do it because I physically do not have the energy. I'm also not actually a cunt. I don't have it in me.
No, just to beef contrary to some people's beliefs.
Contrary to even my own beliefs sometimes. Yep. I don't think I could physically sit there on my phone all day just like, yeah, you suck.
It takes effort, man.
It is so much fucking effort, man. But if you've got nothing better to do, like just read a book or do something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like a random little snippet that I thought I'd throw into you.
It's pretty funny.
Like I'll probably keep tabs on it just because it's goddamn everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all the random stuff that I think I've seen because everything else is just to do with the Royals, and I'd rather not get into.
Yeah, I can't be asked.
Especially Connor would kill us.
Yeah, he would.
But yeah. Anyway, oh my god, the Thatcher statue. Someone put a dildo on it the other
day.
What
the fuck?
I just remember.
That came out of nowhere.
No, because I was like, royal family, Connor hates the Tories, as you should. And then I was like, oh, the Thatcher statue. It's just like this giant fucking dildo on top of the Thatcher statue. Oh, man. I'm done.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. Please go listen to the single wherever you want to listen to it. Go watch it on YouTube. Go listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all the rest. In a bit internet.
Tag us on stuff. Tell your mates. Tell your mum. Apparently mums do like us.
Yep.
Not in like a weird sexy way, but apparently our music's not that terrible or scary. I've been Steve and he's been Alex. And now back to Bing in the studio.